Well, let's see if this will work. Hello. Hi, Wolf. Please, next time, just please let me know when I start glitching. I'm not mad, I just can't tell because there's a lot that it could be, so I need to know. Hi, Era. Yeah, if that happens again, guys, just like immediately start flooding chat with I can't see you, I can't hear you, I can't anything. Yes, and I told you that wasn't a very good idea. It's probably me. So if there's any like glitches or errors, please just let me know so I can just end and try to fix it because I can't fix it if I don't even know what's happening because my computer, while lovely, sometimes won't connect to the internet really clearly. Like, so it could just be the computer, and I don't think it's my phone because I'm connected to my phone here. So I just need to know that it's like everybody's experiencing this issue. It's not, just my computer being wonky. Because I don't call random people who give me their phone number over the internet. I am a kid from the early 2000s. You don't do that shit at all. You shouldn't do that shit, period. But people do it a lot more freely than they did back then. Like, back then, everything was freaking guarded like Fort Knox. And for those who aren't from the US, Fort Knox is a um, fort located in Kentucky, which is a state in the southern US that contains our country's gold. And it is locked down. It's impossible to get into. I mean, apparently it's easier to get the Declaration of Independence than it is to get gold at Fort Knox. So, of course, if Nicolas Cage just for debate. But enough about that. Let's get back to the AMA stuff. If you guys have any questions you wanted to ask me, felt like you could ask me, or something you're just curious about, go ahead and ask. Again, I do reserve the right to decline questions I don't feel are appropriate, and my lovely mod Wolf will take care of that for me. Hello, hello. Welcome to the chat. Hey, Angel Wolf, look, somebody combined your names. Yes, you may tell me. Hello, Syrex. Hello, Cool Kid. Hello, Angel Wolf. This is gonna be really odd. Have you ever had Rocky Mountain oysters? No. Nope. Yes, you may, Bella. Hello, Brady. So my channel turned 7 years old on Tuesday, and to celebrate, I've decided to host an Ask Me Anything. So, guys, feel free to ask me anything. I do reserve the right to decline questions that I don't feel are appropriate, and my mod will take care of it. For those of you who can't see, my mod is the lovely wolf. Sorry. Hello, Annie. Thank you, Angel Wolf. That's funny. I already cut my hair today. Well, you kind of are mine. I don't know if you mod for anybody else, but you're mine right now. You're also my best friend, so there's that too. I did that once, well, for a while. It didn't look good, so no, I'm not gonna cut more. Sorry. Just how well can I play basketball? I say pretty decently. I can at least guard and get the ball to people who can shoot it. So there's that. It's about where my basketball goes. My basketball career goes. I can block people when they're trying to shoot, and I can get the ball to people who can shoot. So there you go. So on a roll. I'm so glad this didn't fall on a night when you have work for a day. I can never remember what it is in Australia when it's nighttime here, what it is up there. Come on, what? No, Eve, I already told you this. You have to be my friend at least 5 years. We had work this morning. Okay. Well, I'm so glad it didn't fall on the usual. How long was I in the cosplay community? So, trying to think of the math here on this. Oh, that's really kind of you, Wolf. You didn't have to do that though. Okay, I'm trying to do math here. I think I've been in the cosplay community for about as long as this channel has existed because I didn't know about cosplay until I started getting more familiar on YouTube. Keep in mind, I was like 22 ish, 22, 23 ish when I um, really got into the cosplay and everything and anime in general. Like my early 20s is when I started branching out into doing fandom stuff like writing fanfic and um, doing cosplay and doing the YouTube channel and everything. So I've I would say about 7 years. Um, yeah, more or less. But fortunately, I am starting to branch out. I have a bunch of other cosplays. I just um haven't had time to set them up. I think the rules almost apply double for you, Wolf, since mods aren't really required to answer questions at all. The only person you answer to is me. Not entirely sure if it's a compliment or not, but no, I'm really not gonna quit all the nerd stuff. You are not God. Said you were like a god. I made you. I made you. And I would say I can unmake you, but we both know that's not gonna happen. Not that Wolf doesn't have the talent, she just doesn't have the time. She's too busy being awesome elsewhere. I said I was a god, not God. I am God. Yes, I would. You know it. Hello, Various. Damn, I really wanted to shake that anymore. Huh. Cool. That's awesome. That's an awesome way to describe it, Era. Very cool, Various. No, you're good, Kyle. Um, hopefully this one works. What the funny faces. Dude, my favorite episodes are always when Kyle beats the shit out of Cartman. That's always the best. I don't own a guitar, dude. No, it's like ironic, I think, in a weird way. What was my favorite magical creature fantasy? Oh God. Mm, fuck. Does mythology count as fantasy? There's a lot of cool characters in mythology too. Um, fuck. like my de facto answer wants to be dragons, but I feel like I'm doing a huge disservice to a lot of other creatures that I find just as equally fascinating. Like I love dragons, but I really love mermaids, sirens, and fairies, and all sorts of mythological beasts. God damn it. I mean, I seriously, you can never go wrong with having dragons in anything. Um, but then fairies are fascinating too. I read a whole book about changelings, where changeling was the main character. It was really good. Read really good mermaid books. Like, there's a lot. It's really hard to pick. What is your favorite scene with Cartman from South Park? Immediately what springs to mind is when Wendy beat the absolute shit out of Cartman. That was probably like that was just the feel good moment of the show. Like anything they did after that, nothing could top that moment when Wendy finally let that smug little bastard have it. It was glorious. Um of first, uh like of Cartman at his worst, I'd say like the memorable, most traumatizing for me was when he fed Scott Tenorman his parents in the chili um, cook off. That was terrible. That really was fucking terrible. Like the whole thing was set up that you were thinking that Cartman was going to get this horse to bite off Scott Tenorman's dick. And they did a really good job of just pulling the rug completely out from under you by having the chili cook off be what it was, which was Cartman feeding that kid his parents and traumatizing the crap out of an entire generation. Like, that is the absolutely most messed up part of, like, I watched that when I was probably way too young, and it stuck with me. I couldn't watch South Park for a very long time after that because that episode just traumatized me so much. I'm sure the creators would, like, pat themselves on the back if they knew that they traumatized me so much I didn't watch South Park until I was an adult. But yeah, they did a great job. Fantastic. What character do you think Levi would be in South Park? Um, what's a character that doesn't give a shit about anything? I would almost say Stan. Almost. I'm like wavering on that a little bit, but of all of them, Stan comes the closest. You'd say Craig. Really? I could see it. Craig or Stan, like one of those two. What the fuck, Cartman? Right. I will say that um my favorite song, which is like everybody's favorite song, is Kyle's Mom's a Big Fat Bitch. Their preschool bully. Okay. Yeah. There's a couple few I could see. Um, have any of you ever seen the movie Cannibal the Musical? It's by the guys who made South Park. It was their very first anything, and they either had to drop out or they were kicked out of school for making it because they spent so much time making this movie that they just completely said fuck it to their studies. So I watched that. It is freaking hilarious. And this was made pre-South Park. Like, South Park wasn't even a thing when they made this movie. And you hear the Cartman voice. One of them, I can't remember because it doesn't really show, but is doing the Cartman voice. And it's great. It's like such a random, unexpected thing. And people who watch it, knowing that these guys went on to create South Park are just like, oh my God, it's Cartman. It's funny. Has an MP3. Ooh. I mean, kinda. I never had an MP3 player. Oh yeah, Team America. Yep. America, fuck yeah. Mhm. That one's good too. I haven't seen that one. But I did see Cannibal, and I think it's a really good movie. It's freaking hilarious. And it is just so bizarre in the best of ways. And the best part is it's like, um, it is based on a true story, and they did a really good interpretation of it, presenting the facts and everything. Um, it's fucking it's just fucking nuts. And I think I highly recommend it for anybody who's a fan of South Park. Go find Cannibal the Musical and just watch it. Just watch it. Kenny, he'd be fuck honestly, I can almost see Levi being Kenny just for the plot armor alone. Like I said, Levi could almost be Kenny because of the plot armor. Aaron could be the French resistance boy from the South Park movie. Or that could be Erwin. Hmm. So many potential. Hello, my name is Moon. I'm old school. I don't give out my real name online. Nice to meet you. Yes, I have seen that episode. I'm just like, of all the things, of all the things to worry about, Mr. Mackey, I think that's like the least of your concerns. I did watch the COVID special, and it was like, of all the things that they've done, the COVID special is probably one of the weirdest just because of a lot. Um, but the part that trips me the most isn't the fact that Cartman converts to Judaism. The part that got me was all the fucking subscription stuff, like Denny's Plus and um Walmart. Like they had all the pluses, like everything was a plus, like all the advertisements, all the subscription services, everything being a plus. It was just like, yeah, these assholes are going to predict the future. Everything is going to look like this. This is how it is going to be. And these jerkwads predicted it. I think that's what I hated most about that special. And what surprised me was the accuracy. It's just like, you're not wrong, and I hate you for it. Probably. Well, I mean, there is already a lawsuit against Amazon for um taking away their, like, you're supposed to be able to, if you pay a certain amount, you should be able to watch without ads. Well, they have ads. And even if you pay the additional fee, you still have ads, just less than people who don't pay. And it's like, y'all don't know what ad free really means, do you? And even Disney's in hot water for the same thing. So by extension, that means like Max and not Max, but that means like Hulu. Well, no, it is Max. Hulu, Max, Disney, and their affiliates are all in trouble too. Like they're all getting in trouble for that shit. Which, Good. It's all about money. Money, money, money. Mhm. I mean, look how long it took them to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy from being head of Star Wars at Disney. 13 years, 3 bad movies, and countless crappy episodes of series no one cared about. I think the only successful ones they've had are The Mandalorian and Andor. Everything else gone. Like the Ahsoka one just got people for the nostalgia and the fact that they got Hayden Christensen out of retirement. But it still is like mid to low mid, just and the Obi-Wan series kinda was like just slightly above that. It's just they were playing more on the nostalgia than they were trying to contribute anything meaningful to the story. By the way, Ike is my favorite character. Ike is like number one. I Any episode where he is like a main focus, I love. I loved I love how he was mourning the queen. They were all ridiculous. Oh my god, I loved that. That episode was good. The episode where, Ike was going through puberty. Oh my god, was even better. Don't kick the baby. Kick the baby. Oh, and when Ike was on fire, that was also good. What did you say? Ike's on fire. What? Sheila, Kyle's mom has to be based on someone those guys know. Like, not just the stereotypical, like, not the stereotype. They have to know somebody like her. That is just too good. There's just too much that's a little too, like, would be too specific to be just a generic stereotype. Yeah, I feel like she is based on someone they know and hated. And I'm leaning towards maybe Barbara Streisand, but they really got Barbara Streisand with the Mecha Streisand thing. So maybe not her, but they definitely know somebody in their real life who's just like Sheila Broflovsky. And yeah, they hate her. Man, trap her in a closet, right? All of them. All of them. I think the only one she doesn't take is her name actually being Karen. I mean, the entire premise of the South Park movie was the fact that Sheila was being a Karen. They just didn't have the term back then. I'm pretty sure even Cartman at some point when Sheila's going off about something just looks at her and goes, "Okay, Karen." I feel like somebody has said "Okay, Karen" to her in the last 5 years. At least with how prevalent that phrase is. Remember when Ike said, "I love you, big boy." Oh yeah, I know. I know. Ike is so sweet. I don't know what he's doing in this show. Ike is just so wonderful. That's the Canadian bobbleheads. That was a pretty good way to distinguish them between Americans and Canadians, yeah. Oh, fun fact about Ike, he's voiced by one of their daughters. He's vo when Ike originally appeared, he was voiced by one of their daughters, and they just bring kids on now to voice Ike. I'm like, and they showed it like, behind the scenes. They say the line with the kid, They say it a couple times, and then they have the kids say it without them. They go to, like, kind of do it, and then they have the kids say it. It's like, "Yeah, that's great. Do you know what you've had I say?" She, like, got Carmen the Chip in a sec. She got pissy with me, called bitch in song form. Yeah. You know what? If they had done if when they reformed their band, if Cartman had just done that song, he would have had a platinum hit for sure. He just was thinking too hard. Everyone but Kyle would have bought one. Yep, that's what I said. Cartman would have had a platinum hit, no problem, if he just turned the Kyle's Mom song into an actual song with his band when instead of being a Christian band, he could have done that. You know what? If cussing out aliens could work, then yeah, I think everyone would have laughed. I mean, it's Levi. They'd probably expect him to do that. Oh, no. That would be great. No. So, does everybody present remember when Mr. Slave and Paris Hilton had a what was it, a whore down? Something like that? Um, it was yeah, that was a bad episode for so many reasons, but Mr. Slave is one of my favorites. Ike is number 1, Mr. Slave is like 2 or 3. But anyway, um, I was thinking about it the other day, I'm like, "You know, if we wanted to make this more relevant, if we really wanted to make this more relevant, we could have Mr. Slave have a rematch or another whore down with, with with the Kardashians." It's like, if we wanna make it relevant to today, who would he have to have a whore down with to, make it semi-relevant? I'm like, the Kardashians. They are way, way bloodier than, Paris Hilton was. Where can you watch all of the South Park episodes for free? Hulu does not have all the episodes. I think the creators of South Park moved all of South Park to Paramount Plus. Um, so if you get Paramount Plus on its own, you can see it, or if you have Amazon, you can get the Paramount Plus extension and watch it there. Those are the only places I've found it. They might be on Freevee or Tubi or whatever the free channels are, but I don't know for sure. But I do think we need an episode where Mr. Slave has another whore down, but this is with the Kardashians, and it will have to be 100 times funnier. I just know it could be. They could give it their all. Have you heard of people shipping Kyle? Yeah, I have heard of it. I can kind of understand it. I've yeah, I can understand it. If we're asking who's who from Attack on Titan and stuff, who would Satan be? Why is my immediate reaction Zeke? I don't know why, but I feel like Zeke. I feel like it would be Zeke. again, I don't know why that was just, like, what popped in my head. Kyle Stan seems strangely canon when you think you're gay, but not gay. Yeah, no, I can yeah, I can see it, like, what was the it was really weird. Um, the COVID episode again, I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I watched the COVID episode, and when we got to seeing grown up Kyle and Stan, I thought in the revised future they would be together. I don't know why. I was just like, they read better as a couple as when they're older now, and I just was expecting that. I was very disappointed that they both had their own families. I'm like, no, this doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem right at all. Yeah, exactly. That episode, by the way, I think I've mentioned this. I screamed. I was watching it with an ex-boyfriend of mine, and he wasn't my ex at the time, but ex-boyfriend of mine and my brother, and we were watching it on vacation, and this episode came up. I saw what the word was before Wendy even spoke, and I screamed into a pillow. And both of them looked at me like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "You don't understand what this episode is about to be." No one understands what this episode is going to turn into. And it ended up being probably the literal most wholesome episode ever. It could have taken so many dark turns, and yet it did not. I could make that happen. I could really make that happen. I can make a whole video about that. Now I'm gonna make a whole video about that. Write this down before I forget. Come here, pen. Yep, I'm totally doing that now. Absolutely gonna do that now. And just to preface, it will be like canon Levi and Aaron. It will not be my shippy version. It will be canon. It will be full on humiliation. I give it a week for you to be done with it. You're being very generous because I have 8 videos to edit tomorrow. So no, probably not this week. Maybe next week. Go along with the rest of them. Oh, you're so mean. Wolf says after giving me her own personal request for a video for her birthday. I know, right? And she based her request on a song popular from Wicked. It took a decidedly less upbeat turn than I was expecting. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go in there and make this funny. It didn't turn out very funny. I know you never did, but that was just damn. Oh no, yeah, I'm gonna have to do something. And I'm wondering, like, do I actually find a fan art and show it, or do I not? Hello, Lana. Because I'm like, no, this would be really fucking hilarious if I show the fan art they're reacting to, or this could be. Why am I being offering fan art? I've tried black hair. I look really washed out. Like, I look paler than I normally do. Great for Morticia Addams. Not so great in my real life. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, no, when I dressed up as Carla, it like did no favors for my skin, for my complexion. You'd look like Mikasa. You guys have seen me with dark hair when I was Carla. It really does like, and when I'm Levi, it really washes me out. Like I love it when I'm trying to. Oh, thank you. I love it when I'm trying to do like Morticia Addams because I have done that in the past. Um, but otherwise, dark hair on me washes me the hell out. It again, it really works for Morticia because she's like supposed to be really pale, but Oh my god. Like, oh my god, I would have to get so much permission. I would have to get so much permission because I so want to like highlight some fan art. That's really good, but I'd have to get so much permission. No, because I'm just like imagining me just casually talking about this shit, and it's just yeah. Have I tried blonde? I used to be a blonde. I'm actually, I guess, considered what would be an ash blonde because I was blonde and then it turned dark. So I used to be blonde. You guys are funny, but yeah, no, yeah. Because I'm just imagining me just stoically presenting all this raunchy ass fan art to the two of them and just doing it completely straight. hmm I'm just like, this is too fucking hilarious. I have to do this now. And I will dress up as Mikasa. It will have short hair, but I will dress up as Mikasa. I feel like this is now an obligation. I have to do this. Pre plastic surgery or post plastic surgery? Levi's reaction is just gonna be like absolute disappointment. Yeah, top of the list. Well, when I start making videos again, yeah, they'll probably will be on the top of my list. Again, I wish I knew fan art um artists more personally so I could ask, hey, can I feature your art without it being weird? But I will make sure to give proper credit to the artist because I do want to showcase like from the mild to the very spicy. And like for the very spicy, it's just gonna be all blurred out. Like there'll be a link to it, but it's probably just gonna be all blurred out, and everybody's gonna be like, "Mm-hmm, yeah, I'm liking where this is going." Because it reminds me. I don't know how many of you watch Gintama, but they did an episode like that where it's not weird, guys. It's not weird. Um, where they had the characters react to some of their fan art. That's just what I'm seeing in my head right is just someone like me, so stoically presenting, very like factual, very like just professional, like Wendy did and like Gintoki did about this raunchy ass artwork. No sound. Aw. bummer. There's still no sound? Okay. That might be the sorry, trying to mute. Can you guys hear me now? See me? Anything? I thought maybe my AirPods were dying. Or losing connection. Fucking YouTube. Okay. No, it's hilarious, honestly. Like, no, I really want to do this now. Like, I really like this idea. I'm gonna have to find 5. I'm gonna find 5 really good fan arts. Again, ranging from mild to extra spicy. And they're going to react to them. Like, mild could just be them laughing together, holding hands or something. Mid is like making out. And we all know what extra spicy will be. Imagine Erwin being the real victim in all this. I can't have Erwin because I don't cosplay him, but I love the idea. Oh, should I add Hanji, like, looking at him and going, oh yeah, I have that one. Or, oh yeah, I have that one. Or, I don't have that one. Can I get a copy? Shit like that. And should Eren and Levi be reacting together, or like Mikasa showing this to them separately? And so we get their separate reactions? Like, I could have, it could be like one video with Eren, Hanji, and Mikasa all viewing it, and then Levi, Hanji, and Mikasa viewing it, and oh, as a meeting. Okay, so like a public panel kind of thing. Okay. Why wouldn't she have them? Exactly. Okay, I can do that. I can set them up like they're all together discussing it. And it could be set up as like Hanji goes, oh yeah, Mikasa has a special presentation she wants everyone here for. And then she gets into it and it's just absolutely humiliating to Eren and Levi. Don't ask what I have on my phone. Girl, you can go see my Pinterest board and you'll know what I have. I get deactivated a lot. So, but there's still some stuff up there, fingers crossed, that I can use, hopefully. If not, I still have a DeviantArt account, and I could probably go on there and just tell somebody, hey, I'm gonna use this in a video real quick and giving you credit. It's about all I got. It's not like it's monetized or anything. I scared Wolf with fan art once. I'm sure she remembers it. I found this really, really good piece of art and sent it to Wolf, and her reaction was just wonderful. You know I did. You know I did, and you know which one it is. Because we both discussed it. Oh no, it wasn't shit. It was just one character. I'm waiting for Wolf to like react and give me something.
because she knows obviously what it is. And I remember, I'm just wondering what she's going to say because I feel like she wanted to wipe that from her mind. Yes, from Attack on Titan. Must send it. I'll try to find it. Should be able to. You do know what I'm talking about. Because it was it was a drawing of a certain captain in a certain position without any clothes on. And it's very, very, very graphic. Oh yeah, she's definitely trying to avoid it. Like I said, I think she tried to wipe it from her memory. Oh yeah, it's definitely 18 plus. So it's just, I mean, I'm still trying to like work out a reaction from Wolf. But I'll just tell you guys, it's of Levi naked. It was really well done, and the best part was it was apparently official. It was actually like official artwork. It wasn't just fan art; it was official art, and it's like, well, the only reason I say it was like fan art was it was by an artist for Attack on Titan. It just didn't get its way into Attack on Titan. You think you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a really good one. I sent it to Wolf, and I think I scarred her mentally for the rest of her life. Yes, Era. Oh, honey, it wasn't shirtless. It wasn't shirtless. Just shirtless. It was like everythingless. It was everything. Yeah, shirtless. It was not shirtless. It was everything. Oh yeah, we all have before. Oh my god, we all read. I swear I'm ruined for reading what people quote unquote find spicy in typical literature. I've read so much archive, so much on the archive, and so much, fan fiction. What I read is like, I'm reading this stuff about really like it's explicit, it's extra, like this would not fly in traditional publishing, and yet I'm sitting here reading it just casually. And then there are these people who are swooning over this extra spicy stuff in traditional literature, and I'm reading that, and I'm like, and where is it? Where in all of this 400 words is the actual spice? Because my level of spice is not their level of spice. My level of spice is like, I want the dirty detail. I want everything. I want all of it. And there's like, we're just going to like imply this, or we're just going to kind of go a little bit more into detail on this one particular thing, but everything else is like, oh, just very bland vanilla. Like, no. But yeah, I'm just like, I could read. I write spicier stuff than this. And yet people are like tripping over themselves for what's her name, Moss or whatever, MAAS. And I'm like, have you guys like ventured off into fan fiction at all? Because if you do, um, it's way better. Oh, I know. Like, you can tell when was this art piece created? like 10 years ago, something like that. You're gonna have to be really specific about which work, Wolf. And if it's the ones I sent you that I didn't publish, don't. Anyway, you can tell who on the archive has been there a while and who hasn't by like by their level of comfort of using certain tropes and just like their somebody's level of explicit from an older fanfic writer versus a newer one is very different. Like newer ones are all about like I don't know, some of the ones I've read you can tell they're kind of newer, like, and they're all about, they use a lot of terms that I'm not really cool with, and it's not like bad, it's just like very like they're trying to like gloss over it in a weird way. And it's like, why do you rate this explicit if you're like trying to gloss over this shit? Like, if it's explicit, I want to know like the details of what is going on. Like, I can pull 6 or more off of my bookmarks that could probably be spicier than what you just wrote, and most of them are going to be rated T. So, yeah, I could pull 6 rated T stories off of archive and they'd be spicier than what you just rated E, because your E is not my E. Fucking 50 Shades of Grey isn't even what I would consider E, because, you know, you can have smut, but you need to have some good writing around it. Like, you actually have to be able to write the smut. They gotta drag it out. That's fair. Yeah, no. I can go pretty good. I can go, like, I don't know. With dragging it out, like, I can drag out the build-up to it a bit. And I just kind of write long. I naturally just kind of write long, so certain scenes get a lot of attention. And then other scenes don't, but, you know. But, yeah, that's, yeah, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, you can really tell who's been around since the fruit system and who's not been around for the fruit system. Long and good at cliffhangers. Yes, I am. And it's what keeps everybody I was even told in the writing class I took that you always want to end your chapter on a hook that brings people back for the next one, for the next chapter. You don't want to leave it off on something concluded and then start something back up. No, you want to leave them on a hook for the next chapter. Even if it's a complete book, you want them on the hook for the next chapter. You want them to know what's going to happen next. You don't want them to have a resolution and be like, oh, well, why do I keep going? No, you want them to want what's coming next. It's awesome. If I had the costume, yes, absolutely would. I don't have any Sailor Moon anything, so I can't. I'm sorry. Okay, you may know what lemon is, but do y'all know what grapefruit is? I'm scared. Okay, so I will inform you all what the fruit system was. I only know a few of the terms because I only learned the ones that matter. So if you see lime, pretty mild, pretty tame, pretty vanilla, I'm gonna say. Lemons, you get into the kinkier stuff. You get into the more descriptive stuff. Grapefruit, it's like, it's all there. It's all out there. There's no fluffy terms. There's like, it's not just implied. It's all there. Everything there. Grapefruit equals everything. Like, there's no holding back. It's, yeah. What explicit is on archive is what grapefruit was. M on archive is lemon. Lemon could kind of sometimes veer into explicit, but not usually. It stayed more M, like, it's implied. You hear, like, there's more description of it, but it's not as explicit. It's not as in detail as E. And then lime is like T, like your typical fade to black. Like, there's build up and then fade to black kind of thing. So there you go. The basic fruit system that was developed many years ago by our forefathers in the world of fan fiction. Your limes are now T, your lemons are M, and grapefruit is E. So there you go. We all learned something here today. I learned that some of you guys didn't know what grapefruit was, and I learned I have spent way too much fucking time online. Oh, there we go. I'm waiting for reactions before I close this out, because I want to see what you guys have to say. Hearing a speech about the fruits. What? Somebody had to give it to you. Because it's only natural that the fruits are, that, it's the fruits of the labor of the birds and the bees. Hello, Cameron. Dude, I'm almost 31! And I felt awkward talking to you guys about it. Because I'm like, how much can I get away with in explaining exactly what I mean about grapefruit? And the only thing I could do is like gloss, because I'm like, I don't want to get banned on YouTube for going into what this is. And but I still want to get across the point of what this is. Apparently the what spawned the most fanfics, like writing of fanfics, like what people really wanted to write about a lot of, was Star Trek. Like, Star Trek was the very, very first, essentially the very first fandom that people really wanted to write about. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be Doctor Who. No, it was Star Trek. Well, hentai means different things to different people. And if you're talking hentai as far as like with the tentacles, then probably. But that's an entirely different subgenre. If you mean hentai as in just the fact it's explicit things that happen with characters, then you're not wrong there either. But again, there's grapefruit and then there's subgenres. Because, oh my god, I have discovered so much unarchived that I didn't necessarily need or want to know. Like, I can't even get into it. This is too bad. And it's not like bad as in like, ooh, it's so raunchy. It's like, I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know this was what people wrote about. And it's so weird. And I can't think of the word for it. It's like ovo something. Ovo simulation of, like, something involving eggs. And it's written in a lot of like Lovecraftian horror. Like if something's based on like Lovecraft, this is a thing. I know you are. Well, I don't know how much I can get away with on the internet, but I'm trying. But there's like a subgenre of the thing is like of really explicit, like the kinks, and the kinks get really weird. And the one I'm talking about is like a Lovecraftian horror monster putting eggs into a human host, and it being very like, it's not a turn off at all for the person that's receiving the eggs, and it's not a turn off at all when they lay the eggs. Yeah, that was one I didn't know existed. I read it, and I honestly wish I could scrub the information from my brain, but it is now stuck there, and it will always be stuck with you. So, like the ST demon from the movie It Follows, it is just always there. now that you've been exposed, it is just always there. No obliviate for any of you either. But that is where I'm going to end the stream. Thank you so much for joining me on this very interesting episode of the Weekly Hangout. I hope you guys had fun. I really enjoyed this, even though the ending got a little weird. But you guys have been wonderful. Thank you again. Yeah, very strange way to end it. Thank you again for supporting me, the channel. It's been 7 years. Hopefully we can do another 7 and more. But you guys have a great night, a great week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.